So when did you get involved with them then?
Well, I was in school.
When did you start teaching?
I started teaching in 1948.
In where?
Am I right now? Yeah, 1948. I started in a little school in the Docklands in Dublin, in St. Arn's O'Toole's. Now, it would be looked upon at that time as a branch school of the Richmond Street community, which also serviced O'Connell schools. That would be the best known of the schools in Dublin at that time, and St. Canice's. So we had.
So the Christian Brothers ended up with a lot of schools eventually.
They did.
They did, all over the country.
Right. Yes, I say all over the country, but there'd be certain sections in the country where they didn't take over at all. Well, I don't know what reason for it, but like they were, you could say generally they were scattered all over the country.
Were there state schools that time? Or were they all run by religious?
No. The secondary schools at that time would have been, I think, all run by religious, yeah. No, I won't give you that as gospel truth, but I would say that is true.
So you ended up in Westport for a couple of years?
I did.
And how did you end up there?
Well, I was teaching in Mullingar at the time, and I had taken final vows, and word came from one of the brothers here left the order, and I was in Mullingar, and they asked me to come over and take his place here. So,
what year was that? Can you remember? Roughly.
Oh yeah, about 55.
55.
I think it was 55 anyway, 55, 56.
You said a brother left the order. Was that common that time?
No.
Not really.
No. No, when I say that, you would have men that would leave after maybe doing temporary vows. You would have, a number would leave at that time. But this was a man now that left who had taken perpetual vows. But that would be kind of uncommon.
And what was he thought of within the organisation at that time? Was it frowned upon or accepted?
It was accepted. That these things happened.
Everybody wasn't going to stay. Everybody wasn't going to stay.
Exactly, yeah.
So you ended up in Westport anyway, yeah?
I did.
And what did they put you at in Westport?
Well, I had 4th class.
In the national school?
In the national school, down in what do you call it? The big shop, in Castlebar Street.
In Dunstores?
Dunstores.
Across the street from here?
Right.
Right across the
street.
Straight across the street from here.
We were teaching in there.
We're in the Plaza Hotel now, so we're straight across from here, yeah.
Looking straight at it. And the kids in the place, they were very friendly. You know, I was in a classroom. There were 2 classes in the room. Mick, the Lord have mercy on him, he died there last year, the year before. Mick, oh God.
He'll come in a minute.
Gone.
And there's only 2 classrooms across the road, yeah?
Oh no, there was, you had you had 3 classrooms really. You had Brother Freely in the first classroom, and he had 2 classes in that room. In the next room you had Mick Harrington, that was the name I was trying to think of, Mick Harrington and myself. 2 different classes in the same room. In
the same room?
Right.
And how did you manage that?
Well, he was up there and I was down here, and as the way things were, we were kind of a bit shy of one another in the beginning, because I wasn't used to teaching when someone else was teaching in the room opposite me.
Naturally.
But he was in the same position. He was only after coming apparently a few days before me. So, like, we got on very well. And then you had Jimmy Hughes. He was in the next room. And who else had we? No, oh yeah.
That was in the national school.
That's the national school.
Was that downstairs?
That was downstairs, correct. Now, here's another thing. There was very little connection between the staff downstairs and upstairs, because it was only when I was beginning to think about this. I was never upstairs.
And how long were you here for?
I was only here for 2 years.
And you were never upstairs, no?
I was never upstairs.
And did you know who was teaching upstairs?
Oh, I did.
Who was teaching upstairs at the time, can you remember? Yeah?
Yeah, well, your brother O'Dowd himself, and you had Alf McMahon, and Paddy, Paddy, I can't think of his name. But Paddy is still in the go. Somebody mentioned.
Was he a lay person or a brother?
Oh, a lay person.
A lay person, yeah.
And Martin.
This is a long time ago now.
The old head is gone.
Oh, it's a long time ago,
Martin Maguire.
Maguire.
They were upstairs. But
so how many brothers had you teaching that time? You were 3, was it?
Well, you had
yourself.
Oh, like downstairs, you had myself and Brother Freely.
Yeah.
And upstairs you had Brother O'Dowd, Brother Flaherty. God, I thought there was a third, and there probably was, but it isn't coming to my mind.
And had you big classes?
Well, not extraordinarily big classes, but like full classes, all right. I suppose there'd be pushing 30
per class.
Yeah. Now with Brother Freely, I don't know how many he'd have put in. The only thing I know about him was that he was come home from school and he'd sit down at the fire and the next thing he'd gone to sleep. And we used to be joking about this until I saw him in action, and I wasn't one bit surprised that he was so tired, because he used to be in the class and he would be Misha on Tinnell, the engine of the train, and he would be puffing around the room, and he was a big heavy man, you know. So I was saying to myself, no wonder he is tired when he comes home.
And was he trying to motivate them, or?
Well, he was kind of been playing with them, you know. Okay, yeah. And sure, in the morning times, about a dozen kids from his class would come up to the house in Mill Street to accompany him down to school. And we'd be going down along the Mall. And one particular morning that sticks in my mind, he was ahead of Brother Flaherty and myself, and the next thing he stops and he turns to the boys and he says, "Didn't I tell you not to touch me?" Some of them were pawing him. He wouldn't have any of that. So he was strict but kind of fatherly, you know. It was never resented.
And what were you teaching them?
Oh, well, I was teaching the full program, like
English and
Irish, writing, sums, and the whole primary setup.
And there was an exam at the end of it?
Oh, not in the primary school, no. There was, you had the primary cert.
Primary cert, yeah.
Yes, at the, after sixth class.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that was the class I had. The second year, you see, Brother White was there and he left, and just he used to have the sixth class, so I was asked to teach the sixth class in that stage. And that's the particular crowd of fellas that I'm in contact with here.
Oh, okay.
And we've kept up a certain kind of a link since then. Because last night now, it was Liam Ryder, you know, out the road in Carraholly. Liam told the fellas that I was around, and about 10 of them came to the hotel below, and we had a bit of a night. And
little reunion.
A little reunion, yeah.
Yeah. Could you remember could you remember them? You could, I suppose, yeah.
Well, I had to ask them their names, because like they're men now. They were only young fellas when I knew them.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're grandfathers now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And great grandfathers was some of them, yeah.
Let's see now. Just looking at the picture there last night, you had Liam Ryder. He lives out in Carraholly.
Mm-hmm.
He's a farmer. You had Mervyn. Oh God, what was Mervyn?
Kennedy,
mm-hmm. Right. Mervyn was a tradesman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Now Frankie Dolan.
Frank Dolan, photographer.
Right.
Yeah.
Frankie was there. Liam, or not Liam. Young Stanton. What was his first name?
Larry.
No, that's guessing. I was talking to him yesterday.
Yeah.
But,
Charlie Arkin.
he was there.
He was there, yeah.
And,
He told me you were here.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to start losing.
And where did you live that time then?
Oh, we lived in Mill Street.
In Mill Street.